notice that there's a sinking motion. That sinking motion is usually with a turn, and this foot's working. Let's say I have that classic position of defense here, and Jeff's coming in and he's going to have a power right cross. Let's assume that I want to deal with that. People say, well, there's no ducking in karate at all. But I think that that's actually incorrect. First of all, body can move offline. So you notice my guard is up here. It's at the start of the Moashike. So I'm going to move there. Now from there, I'll just sink a little. And I might be able to sink enough to duck. If nothing else, if all else fails, I have that. And the Moashike is particularly useful, as we've discussed before. Grabbing here, nice and close, and punching there, from there. That is much better than your classic kick. That's going to be awareness. So it's that window washing movement can deal with that defense. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do one round there and push. So what I've got is there. So notice from here, there, there. So this foot is moving. I'm going to move it, and there's a reason why I move it across. I'm going to move it there. And notice how I don't care whether that succeeds or not. I'm going to try and duck for the time being. And having gone round, this leg will now step forwards. So it'll be a 1, 2, the left leg comes in front, 1, the left leg in front. So it's the same principle but just under the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think that Jeff does get pushed away, his shoulder is controlled.
That's actually what I'm interested in, not the strike. I want to stop that from, because I'm concerned about his counter from there. So as a duck under, the worst thing I could have is the duck under boxer style and just get nailed with a hook. There. And if I fail with that, I've got the arm between, I can control that shoulder. Again. Still control. I'm less worried about striking at this point. If I strike the face, I could still cop that on the way out. So instead, that's why the kata does this, not that.
If you control him here, it's with this way.
Yeah, that's why I've taken that out of the equation. So remember, that involves in people say bobbing and weaving in boxing is very useless in the street. Yes, if you're going to encounter things like prolonged battles where you're doing this kind of thing, yeah. But for one short exchange, it's not a problem. He's got to really have his wits about him to think, oh, I'm going to knee him. So knee ducking. The other thing is I'm bending the knees, but I do like to have a slight angle. So it's natural to sink the head slightly forwards. And the beauty of that is he's going to arc, it's coming around there, I'm going to follow the arc. If I just up on the spot, he might still clip me. But there he slips behind. So the whole idea of maintaining absolutely rigid, body upright, is a nonsense. There's never been a cause for that. There. You notice I managed to like myself. It didn't matter.
But you notice Chin then doesn't round his chin and shoulders. He's keeping that uprightness, but he's just leaning forward. So
like Frazier, who used to come in and he would be. Why did he get away with that? Because in boxing, you're allowed to use knees. The other thing is you're not allowed to hit the back of the head. So you know when you're here, they can't hit you. And that's very frustrating. So that worked for Frazier. That's not what we're suggesting. But it did work for him to slip blows and come in.
Well, Anderson Silva used to weave a bit.
Yeah.
He got away with it. And that's when people are trying to knee and kick him as well. So.
Plenty of fighters weave and bob. It's actually a misnomer.
I think the problem is if people say blocks don't work or bobbing really doesn't work. They all work.
Yeah.
You just got to apply them at the right times in the right place.
Okay. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Control that arm. This is just a little flip. Little flip. so that when he's attacking, all I'm doing with this is tracking across his body. If it fails, I've got that release, so that's there. But this is a little flip. I'm going to track across there, and this hand will either stop that shoulder or hopefully snake him around, and that's a little flip that happens here. So it's going to be 1, 2. See the 1, 2. That little, there isn't much to it, so don't think of a big movement.
So, Chian, when you're doing the slip, you're slipping, you're protecting your head on the way under the slip, and then we're doing foot through.
Yeah.
With that,
Every one of these turns, say, Sanchin kata, can do the same thing. Same principle. If he's punching with that arm, but I'm too slow to block, then I can stop that arm. So I can effectively go 1, 2. If worse comes to worse, best case scenario, however, so it's a case. No. I can fast